Hi everyone, it's Vanessa from DIY Craft Tutorials and I have a fun video for you today. PYD Life has sent me some of their sublimation products and I'm so excited to try them out. They have come out with a mini sublimation oven and I'm going to test it out with a couple of their stainless steel tumblers. I will leave links down below for you. You can purchase everything on Amazon. The materials you'll need for this project are the PYD Life Sublimation Oven, an inkjet printer that you have converted to sublimation. Standard inkjet ink will not work, you have to use sublimation ink. My favorite brand is Hippo. Sublimation paper, I have used both of these brands and have gotten really good results. When you purchase the oven, a heat resistant glove, heat resistant tape and shrink wrap sleeves are all included. PYD Life have sent me a heat gun. You'll need one too if you plan to use the shrink wrap sleeves. You'll notice later on in the video that I use my own heat gun. That is because it was a US plug and not an Australian plug and I didn't have enough converters. For my first project, I'm going to sublimate on a stainless steel water bottle. This box is really nice because it shows the time and temperature that you need for it, and this is a 4-pack. It is double-walled, has a pop-up lid and comes with a handle. It feels like a really high stainless steel water bottle, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it sublimates. I designed this wrap in Adobe Illustrator. The print area dimensions were also printed on the box, which is so helpful. You need to always remember to mirror your design or your text will be backwards. A little trick I have learned is to mark the center of the bottle while it is closed. This will help you center the design, especially if you're not going to do a full wrap. With sublimation, any speck of dust will show up after it's heated, so just make sure it is clean before wrapping. Now I'm ready to add my wrap. You need to pull as tight as possible and add the heat tape. With sublimation ovens, you need to add the shrink wrap sleeve. This one was the closest size to the bottle. I put on the heat resistant glove to save my hand from being burnt while shrink wrapping. Next, I turn the heat gun on and watch the magic. It's so much fun to do. I just go over the bottle until I'm happy with the shrinkage. I set my sublimation oven to 355 degrees for 6 minutes. You will see a little red blinking light that says run. This will flash until it heats up. Once it's done, which is about 3 to 4 minutes, you will then hear 5 beeps, which is your sign to put in the bottle. Don't press any buttons, the counter will automatically start, so make sure you're ready. Once it's done, it will say end and beep. It is really hot, so I put the glove back on and sit the bottle on my heat mat. As the shrink wrap cools down, it becomes harder to remove, so I try to remove it quickly. Be careful not to chip the coating if you are using sharp tools like I am. I can now finally remove the tape and paper, and oh my gosh, the bottle has sublimated so well. The design is crisp and vibrant, there is no ghosting, and it looks so good. For my next project, I decided to try the 40-ounce tumbler. I knew this was going to be a bit tricky because there is a tapered edge down the bottom and a handle up the top that does not get removed. I couldn't add a full wrap to the top, but I purchased a design from Design Bundles that would be perfect for this tumbler. I'll leave a link to it in the description. I printed out my design and then cut it out. The flowers on this look so beautiful. I'm really looking forward to seeing the outcome. Again, I go over the tumbler with a lint roller to ensure little to no dust is left and start wrapping. Like I mentioned before, the handle on this tumbler doesn't come off, so sublimating around and underneath it would be tricky. If this is something that would concern you and you're wanting a full wrap, PYD Life do have a 40-ounce tumbler with a removable handle. But for this project, I'm not too concerned. I try to line up the design and then start adding the heat-resistant tape. For the bottom part, which is tapered, I tried my best to line up the design without a gap in the center. You need to pull the paper really tight and then tape down in sections. Even though this is not a repeated design, I am wanting to not have any white stripes showing in between the ends. I also taped across the top of this design to keep it down, as some of the patterns started to fall in the top curved section. This is the largest shrink wrap sleeve I had, but unfortunately it didn't go over the handle. Instead, I thought I would do a little test. I cut the sleeve in half and then cut one of the halves. I tried to secure some tape to see if this would hold, but in hindsight, I don't recommend this at all. I then add the remaining sleeve to the bottom. It seemed to shrink well, so I just kept going. I set my sublimation oven to 355 degrees for 6 minutes again, and once the beeping starts at temperature, I put the tumbler in the oven, which just fits. Here you'll see that my tape did not hold the top part of the shrink wrap sleeve, but I'm very surprised with the transfer results. I would even say if your wrap is tight enough, you don't need the shrink wrap. When finished, I took it out and placed it on my Cricut heat mat. I carefully tried to remove the shrink wrap without burning myself. Next time, I will use another heat-resistant glove. Again, be careful not to chip the coating if you're using a sharp tool like me. Now time for the big reveal. Guys, I can't tell you how excited I was to peel this. The color was so vibrant and the image was so crisp. This is the section that I couldn't shrink wrap and it came out amazing. Look at the bottom section. Even though the pattern is not seamless, there is no white at the seam. I am so excited about this tumbler. It is so impressive. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will leave a link to everything in the description box of this video. Please let me know if you have any questions and I'll see you again in the next tutorial.